chop game. Market makers playing that chop game. Traders getting wrecked, don't trade it the same. Long it, pull back, short it, moon quick. Market makers in the back, laughing. Confirm breakout. No, now it's reversing. Market makers bait the highs and slice the lows. Paint the picture, then it folds. Fake bull flags, fake bear traps, jumping in late. That bag collapsed. Whipsaw move, straight disrespectful. No trend, just chop. Feeling regretful. Market makers see it stop like X-ray vision. Liquidity hunting, that's their mission. Retail trying to snipe the top. Market makers cooking, it's getting hot. Revenge trading will break your soul. Fear, greed, envy, you lose control. Jealousy, anger, revenge gets fed. You revenge trade, now in the red.
Don't feel like you have to be in a trade. Don't give up, I know it's hard. Royal flush soon, like playing cards. Markets change, can't trade it the same. Long the uptrend, short the flare.
It's that range game, fake out chains. Market makers profit, traders feel the pain. Candle art ain't what it seems. Chop is a weapon, killing dreams. Chasing that breakout too late, my friend. Market makers denying the sin. Retail trap, caught in that zone. That traders be holding bags, asking for a loan. FOMO hits, traders load that size. Price retraces, no allergies, but watery eyes. Market makers sell the dream by the dip, then the dip keeps dipping. It's a sucker script, adapt to die. That's the motto, no edge in chop, just highs then hollow. Top down scan, zoom out the view. Avoid the noise, wait for the cue.
Don't give up, I know it's hard. Royal flush soon, like playing cards. Markets change, can't trade it the same. Long the uptrend, short the flare.
Feeling fear, feeling greed, angry, mad, want that speed, fast, jealous, why? Trade the flex, revenge got you wrecked, now you second guess.
You gotta breathe and follow the plan. You'll win again if you understand. Don't give up, hold your ground. Set alerts for the trend, wait for the sound.
Whipsaw move, straight disrespectful, no trend, just chop. Feeling regretful, market makers see you stop like X-ray vision. Liquidity hunting, that's their mission. Catch the move, not the hype parade. Stay in the game, that's how legends are made. Market makers playing that chop game. Set a stop loss on every trade. Trade with the trend, or get trapped again.
Right, guys, we don't want to be trapped, not again, and we're not, because, well, we have support, resistance, trend lines. We go over all that stuff. 3, 2, and a 1. Let's do it. Bingo and a bango. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is your time. It's always time. That's right. It's always time to make this money. So let's do it, guys. Let's make this money. My name is Joe, also known as Trade Intuition, where we show you how to successfully trade without all the boring, complicated terms, pattern memorization, acronyms, all these words that sound very, very amazing. They are shiny objects and they make really nice noises and it intrigues us, but it's the same thing, just repackaged. For example, DMM, Dynamic Money Management. Ooh, what's that? Yes, join my group and I will teach you about the dynamic money management. That's amazing. I want to learn about that. It's really just dollar cost averaging or scaling into a trade. There you go. Burst your bubble. I know it. So let's go. What I do here on the channel is I debunk a lot of stuff that makes you join groups because, well, it's something different. Oh, I haven't heard of SFPs. What's that? It's a wick. It's a buying pressure, selling pressure. That's all it is. It's just repackaging the same thing that we've been doing over and over and over again, just to sell memberships. Since I don't have any memberships to sell you, I do have a group, but that's if you want access to me almost 24/7. But to trade, I show you here. I show you every single day how to trade, what I do. Now, granted, if I wanted to sell groups and packages and boot camps and everything else, would I make up my own little, abbreviations and everything else? Sure, of course. That way, it's something new, and it's a new trick. No trick. Here we go, guys. No trickery here. On the daily for the crypto bubbles, we have World Liberty Finance up 18.9%. Should we enter? Oh, I don't know. It's up 18.9% because it's been going down, down, down. Horrible. This one's just as bad as Trump, the Trump coin. We have Pith up. We have M up. So we have 3 that are in double-digit green for the daily. Let's go to the hourly. Right now, looking good. Is Bitcoin coming down? Possible. We're going to find out in just a moment. Let's go to the liquidations heat map. Let's go and refresh the page. We're going to look at the 24-hour time frame. On the 24-hour time frame, we do have a really nice liquidity, 47 million, sitting right at 109,547. Then we have really nice liquidity up here, 43.44 million, sitting at 111,736. And it looks like it wants to come down here. I don't know about you, but that's what it looks like to me. Let's go to the 12-hour time frame. On the 12-hour, we can see a bunch of liquidity just all built up here towards the downside, right around 109. A bunch of liquidity up here too. Which way is the price going to go? I have no idea. None. All I know is the price cannot go down here unless it breaks this level. That's what I know. I know it's impossible for price to come up here without it breaking this level. So let us look at this. Now today, hopefully, which I'm pretty sure we're going to do, today we are going to, in this video, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. Of course, we're going to be talking about the Bitcoin cycle forecast based off of the historical patterns. We're going to see what Bitcoin has done in the past and what Bitcoin might do for the all-time high and also the all-time low. So we're going to look at that today. In addition to your charts, your questions, of course, feel free to leave comments, concerns, issues, all that fun stuff. All right, moving on. What else do we have? Let's go ahead and get started. Let us look at Bitcoin. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin's not doing great. Bitcoin's not doing great. When the price came up, we're expecting it to come down. What goes up will go down. And sure enough, right here, I'm thinking if we have a chance for us to come up, do a lower high, which is fine. Everybody freaks out on this. Lower high, which is fine. Come down. Now this is what we're looking for. We're looking for the break of this to break this. And this is our main level, 113.14. If we cannot come to the upside and break these levels, well, then more than likely it might give up, start rolling over, attacking this to attack this, and then maybe lower highs and lower lows. Come on down. We'll see. Now, price did not go up. It tried. And then finding support right here around this really tiny level, and then it rolled over. This is our decision point. This is what we're always talking about. Up about 38-50% of this extension leg or movement. You know, people, they have so many different names for this. It's ridiculous. And this is what we're looking for. You know, what is it going to do? And sure enough here, it rolls over. So now let's see if it does attack this to attack this. Now there's 2 different ways that I think it might go. Right now, not looking strong. I'm thinking potentially coming down here, coming up, coming down, doing this number. This is what I'm thinking for the weekend. Now, could we come up and then sure, but I do think, you know, for it to come down, I think this is what we're going to do. This is what I'm leaning more towards to the downside. Now, if it, you know, here we go, 50% of this extension leg, if we do attack the upsides, then here, I'm not really bullish until we actually break this, because we can break down here off of this pivot if this happens. If we do break above that pivot, well, then we have this pivot here, which is really resistance. We can get rejected here and then roll over again. But if we do break this level, this is our level 1. We've talked about this previously. Our level 1 is sitting at 113.14. Our level 2 is this orange trend line, which be roughly about 115, 200. And then our level 3 is at 116,936, which is right here. These are the candle body closes on the 4-hour time frame. Let's see here. I do see the chat moving. We have Mike in the house. What's up, Mike? Appreciate you for being here. And Mike is first. Thank you so much, man, for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you, everybody, for smashing the like. You guys are the best. And gals. We have Wix Wi-Fi 89 in the house. Thank you for everybody showing up on the earlier stream that I did. Let's see here. I went ahead and posted it in my Discord. Also, the Discord is free. And then I also posted it in the Telegram group. Telegram group, that's the VIP section. Posted in there. I was, of course, on the Blockchain Brew. Great show. We had a great time. And that was done, I think it was like at 12:15, 12:30. So that was pretty good. Let's see here. We got Dutchy in the house saying, what's up, noobs? I love it. I love it. Let's see here. Finishing cooking at the moment. Be back in about 5 minutes. Very nice. So Dutchy, I'm not sure if you caught it, but in your song, it talks about you cooking and, of course, the women loving it. So if you haven't heard the new song that I did, strongly recommend you check it out. It's on my YouTube channel. And it talks about Dutchy, how he's a chick magnet and how he cooks and cooking in the kitchen, all that fun stuff. So definitely check it out. Leave comments, guys. Leave comments, share it, all that good stuff. All right, moving on. See here, going down the list. See B Team in the house. What's up, B Team? See here, 31 Atlas is coming. Have no idea what that is. None. Hopefully something to make you money. If there's any coins you want me to do, let me know and we can check it out. See here, going down the list. Going down the list. Techman says, good afternoon, people. Slept in today. Hey, nothing wrong with sleeping in. Nothing wrong, I'll tell you that. See, Little Casper says, I believe it will go down to 113. Okay. Then down to 110. And I concur. Wait. Go to 113 then. Okay, so you're saying come up and then down. Quite possible. Quite possible. Even though we're going up, this is still bearish until, for me, till it crosses this. This is our first level, but really crosses this trend line. Once we cross this trend line, then we're in this, in my opinion, bullish zone. Once we're underneath it, we're bearish. And even though Bitcoin's coming up, some of these alts are coming up as well. But as soon as Bitcoin starts rolling over, the alts are suffering like bad. But it's kind of difficult because you could be in an alt, and since, you know, Bitcoin kind of moves up really nice like this, that could have been a 30-40% move on your alt. And so if you're doing shorts, kind of like a macro type short, you're going to get stopped out. So just going to give you a heads up. All right, moving on. Let's see here. I'm going down the list, but two up, go down. Yeah, you know, bigger picture down. I agree with that. Until we start crossing these main levels. Okay, going down the list. Sebastian in the house. What's up, brother? What's going on? Let's see here. Thank you, Wix5. So that is my free Discord. So definitely come check it out. Say hi. See, Warpaint says, hey, nice to catch you live. Yeah, man. So if you have any questions, trading, strategies, indicators, divergence, or whatever it is, please ask. Questions, they do two things. One, it verifies that I know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of mentors out there that don't want questions. They just want to spill out their little sales pitch or whatever, and they don't want to answer questions. Me, I encourage questions. Like, I want to show you that I know what I'm talking about. And if I don't know, well, then I'll tell you I don't know. Two, it may be questions that maybe somebody doesn't even know to ask yet. That's what was me. Like when I first started, I didn't know about these questions. So just let you know. Going down the list, we see people joining in the Discord. Thank you guys. Thank you for doing that. Okay. So here, hey, Crypto Change Me. What's up, brother? What is going on? Boom, I made it to the live stream. Yes, indeed. I scared to death of trading. I'm 6'3", not computer savvy. What's the easiest way to start? Very good. So for you, what I would recommend is don't trade. Trading is very psychological. And I'm always talking about this, where if you could be perfect at trading, you could take courses, you could read books, you can watch seminars, you could participate, everything. And if your psychological part is not in tune with the emotional part, then no matter how perfect you are, you could even teach it. You can teach what you just learned, but if you don't have the emotional part, the psychological part, you're going to miss every single trade. And I see people do it too. Live trades. They're like, okay, guys, we're going to enter the trade. This is our 3-to-1 risk reward ratio. And it starts going up and they're making money. All right, guys, who went to the trade? Who went to the trade? And it starts coming down a little bit. Okay, I'm getting out. I'm getting out. Even though their target's way up here and their stop loss way down here. So they were willing to risk $500 and they only gained $40 or $100. Let's say they gained 100. They were willing to lose 500 to gain that 100. And then if it keeps on going, well, then all right, guys, who's still in the trade? It's still going. It's going to our target. Who's still in? Like all that it's going to mess you up. That is a person who does not know how to trade or does not at least have the emotional side of trading. So what I would recommend, invest. Would I recommend investing right now? No. We're at the end of the bull market. So what I would do is all the money that you would have traded with or whatever, save it. Nothing wrong with saving it. Save it, save it, save it. Every single month, every single paycheck, save it for about a year after the all-time high. We don't know when that's in until after the fact. Once we see, oh, that was the all-time high. It's been 3 months since the all-time high. And now we're just kind of going down sideways, a little bit up, but more down. Then 1 year after that, saving all your money, now you can start DCAing, dollar cost average. This is not financial advice. This is what I would do if I was in that situation. And then put a little bit of money every single week or whenever you're on the daily time frame is perfect. Whenever the price action crosses above the 200 SMA. And if you want further information on that, I can show you. And then you just put money in every time that happens. And it's going to go up eventually. And then, well, you're in the trade. You bought at the bottom and you're just dollar cost averaging in. So if I did not know how to trade, that's what I do. Now, granted, I would recommend you learn how to trade. And the biggest thing is like, and this is a question I get a lot. How do you trade like a robot? Everybody says trade like a robot, don't trade with emotions. How do you do that? Well, the easiest answer, experience. That's what it comes down to. Experience. When you see all the times you won because of certain situations or you lost because of certain situations, now when you enter the trade, now you're like, okay, there's a pretty good chance I'm gonna win. And if you lose, okay, well, I've already done all the wins and losses. I've already gone through all the emotional roller coaster. My emotions are set. I understand you win, you lose. I get it. But now my losses are much less. And then when I do win, they're greater. So now it's kind of like a reward system. And now it's like, okay, fine. I got that out of the way. Let me do the next one. So experience is the biggest thing. All right. Hopefully that answered your question. Let's see here. Going to the list. See here. We don't do financial advice, but most just pick something to throw money at. And then, yeah. And that's pretty much what it is. Now, what I would recommend, in addition to that, not financial advice, I would not put my money in a meme coin. Now, could it make you a crap load of money? Sure. And it all depends on your risk management, your risk tolerance. If you wanted to, let's say you had $1,000 or 100, you could put half or a third into one coin, for example, Bitcoin, the next portion of it maybe in Ethereum, the next portion maybe in Pepe or Turbo or another altcoin or an AI agent or virtuals or a DEX or just something else. For example, Hype. And just keep on putting money in it. and then hopefully it'll go up. Yeah. So here, are you looking at spot trade? Yeah. See, all these questions are good. Spot trade, swing trade, but yeah, in reference to into this, the easiest thing, invest. Can you make money doing that? Heck yeah. Can you make money trading? Definitely. Now, here's another thing too, is having the psychological part. Understand that, can you make money fast? Yes, 100%. However, statistics, if I can say that right, is you are going to lose a lot more than you win, especially at the beginning, because you're kind of experimenting, seeing what works, what doesn't work. But it comes down to your risk management. You know, do you want something that's very low market cap, which that's another thing that I teach on this channel a lot, is the market cap, because the lower the market cap, the more volatility, the easier it is to move up or down versus a higher market cap coin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and so on. All right. Now let's see here. Going down the list. Duality C, what's up, brother? What's going on? Okay. I understand if you don't want to, but can you look at, oh yeah, definitely, man. We're gonna look at that one. I have it written down right here. Okay. I see here. Techman says, just join the Discord. Awesome. Very nice. B team. I see leverage trading is difficult if you're new. Yeah. So I would not recommend leverage trading. So with leverage trading, what you're doing is you're borrowing money. So let's say you have $100 and you want to trade, but you want to make more money. Well, then you could put leverage on top of it, which means you're borrowing money. So let's say we do a 10x. So you're actually trading $1,000 with only using 100. However, because of leverage, it only needs to move down like 9%-ish for you to get liquidated. What does liquidation mean? Liquidation means your money literally turns into water, goes down the drain, and you don't have any more money. So that's how I think of it. But that's the fastest way, especially if you don't. There are very experienced traders that lose using leverage. I'm one of them. I'll tell you that right now. I lose using leverage. Now, granted, I don't get liquidated, but I lose. So again, you can make good money and faster because, again, it just needs to move 1% up to make 10%, which is great. But then you also have to pay the fees because you're borrowing money. So that's another thing. I see here. Joe took the words right out of my mouth. Let's see here. DCA to the top of the next bull run. Yeah, so I wouldn't DCA all the way up. So what I would do, and that's a great question, man, that's a great question. So in addition to what I just mentioned, as far as waiting for a year after the all-time high to start DCAing, then, you know, once we're above the 200 SMA on the daily of whatever coin you're doing, hopefully Bitcoin, and again, not financial advice. And then once it starts doing really, really well and it starts shooting up, am I going to buy it if it just went up 40, 50%? Not even. Am I going to DCA 40? Not even. I'm going to hold that money. Next paycheck goes and it's going up and up and up. Well, guess what? I'm already in really great gains because I got it way down here. Now what I'm doing is I'm holding that money because what goes up will come down. And then when it does its correction, 20, 30% on average, that's just an example. Then I have, let's say, 6 times that I got paid and I did not add to it because, well, it kept on just going up and up and up. So I'm just holding it, and then it dips 30% or whatever it does. Then it starts going up. Well, those 6 weeks of paychecks that I set aside, now I put into it. And then now, or maybe even half of that. And then it goes up again, and then it drops another 20, 30%, and then you're set. So that's what I would do. But I wouldn't DCA throughout the entire bull run because I'm waiting for that dip. Now, could we go up a whole bunch? Sure. You know, so if you wanted to, you could just DCA every week, once a month, once a week, whatever you want to do. All right, moving on. Let's see here. Research the projects and find ones with track records and use of utility. Yeah. Now, here's the bad part. Now, So there's two sides of that. One, yes, I strongly recommend what Techman just said, because now you know there's a use case. Oh, it's great. People are using it. It's actually in use right now, or it's used to buy houses or keep track of car insurance or whatever it does. This is great. I believe in it. You can do that. Now, there are going to be other coins that you could DCA into, invest into, where they have no utility. And that's more of the riskier side. Again, you have one that's really safe, one that's so safe. And then if you wanted to, again, depending on your risk tolerance, one that is just kind of like, I'm going to throw some money in it. Hopefully it makes me money. We'll see. But yes, definitely seeing what it does. That's important. Or let's see, Warpaint says, which is usually 1 year to 18 months after next halving. Which is usually, so I'm assuming you're talking about the bear market, which is usually 1 year to 18 months after the next halving. The high. Okay, you're talking about the high. Yeah. So normally we have the all-time high, then a year of bear market coming down, then sideways, and before the halving, which is about a year, we're slowly going up, but you can't really feel it. It's kind of like gaining weight. You don't feel it. You know, you're gaining a few pounds here, you don't feel it. Then you put on your pants, like, good Lord, man, something's wrong with my dryer. I got to get a new dryer. And my shirt too, like, what's going on? And then you get on the scale, it's like, what the heck? How did that happen? Because you don't see it. And that's the same thing with the market slowly coming up. I mean, we feel it, you know, going up and up and then come down. And it's like, oh man, going up and up and coming down. But if you zoom out, and this is why it's really important, and this is why these successful traders who have a lot of money, what they're doing is they're trading on larger time frames. And you can see, oh, we're making higher highs and higher lows zoomed out. But when you're zoomed in on the 1 hour or the 15-minute, you're like, oh, it went up and it came all the way down. Oh, okay. It looks bad sometimes. So yeah. We got Mr. T in the house. What's up, Mr. T? Appreciate you, man, being here. All right. So hopefully you're enjoying all this information. I really wish I had a video editor that can cut out all this alpha that oh my gosh. I do it sometimes. It just takes me too much time. But hopefully when we start getting a bunch of members, I can start making some money to where we can get a video editor. But man, do I need one. Oof. I could do it. I'm just, two things. One, I'm a little lazy. Well, I'm a lot lazy. And two, I'm constantly doing other things. I really got no time for it. I have AI that helps me, but it's not what I really want, but it's something. So anyway, moving on. Let's see here. So what do I think is going to happen right now? Macro, I do think we're going to go down, and we can kind of zoom out. Let's just hide everything. And let's go to a daily. We can see, you know, when we had this all-time high, we came down, up, we broke this level, came down here, really nice, broke this level, and this is why I trade level by level. Broke this level, started going up. Eventually, it's going to find its way, eventually. And then sure enough, it starts going up and up and up. So now what we did not want, this is level 1. We did not want this to break. It did. Not good. This would be our level 2. We don't want it to break this. This is right at 100. A lot of people are talking about 101. This is where they're talking about. This is our level 2. And this is based off of market structure. So one thing that I do, and I recommend everybody do this. For me personally, I've taken a lot of courses. I've taken a lot of boot camps. I've joined a lot of groups. I've, seen a bunch of different ways that different people trade. And what I've done is I've gathered that information. I've taken my notes, very important. I've taken my notes, and then I've added my own thing that I think works just a little bit better. And of course, I have videos on that in the VIP group, but I also share it here. Now, granted, I don't spend an hour discussing, man, some of these boot camps, they're like 8 hours, 12 hours long. A lot of money too for them. $800, $1,200, like a lot of money. And I can summarize all that stuff that they just said in a 1-hour video, plus give you a PDF on the breakdown of the notes. And it's just like, come on, man. Like I'm paying you $1,200, please, like do something anyway. But I do all that. It's in the VIP. But if you want the information, just ask. Here, level 1. Here, level 2. Now you may ask, why isn't this level 2? Well, this is internal structure. What is that? This is all the noise, I call it noise, in between this point and this point. So this is the highest point, this is the lowest point of this like little area. So we have all this noise in here. So here's our level 1, here's our level 2, here's our level 3. Level 3 is right at 76. We definitely don't want to break in this. Now inside this, there's a bunch of other stuff, but it makes it too confusing, in my opinion. You have all these order blocks, you have all these fair value gaps, you have all these demand zones, supply zones, to where before you know it, you have a level here, 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 here. It's just so many levels. So if it comes down to, let's say, this level, and it passed like 13 levels, but it found support here, well, you're gonna be correct, because guess what? Found support on your level. So what I do is I just simplify it. I just, here, we don't want to break in these levels. If we do, a really good chance we could potentially continue the downside. Because what we're doing is we're breaking structure. That's what it is. Before, higher highs. On the macro, you know, looking at the highest points, the lowest points. Here, 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 and here. Coming down. So that's what I'm thinking. Okay, moving on. Put a 1 in the chat, guys. Put a 1 in the chat. Let me know you're here. Put a 1 in the chat. Let me know you're here. Let's go ahead and do, let's go to this really quick. Where am I at here? And let's see here. I think I still have it up right here. Okay. So we looked at this one, I believe, yesterday. We saw this right here. Price action, I believe, was here. And we were saying that on this coin, to me, it looks good. I like it. Holy smokes, War Paint. War Paint is my favorite. War Paint is my favorite. Thank you so much. You're the best. Thank you so much for that super chat. Every little bit helps, and that helps me out tremendously. It keeps the lights on. So you're the best. War Paint says, thank you. I appreciate your honesty and knowledge. Blessings. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, and that's the thing here too. Like, I show you all this stuff for free. Like, do I have a group? Yes. Do you need to join that to learn how to trade, all my tips and tricks and my secrets? No. You join that to get access to me almost 24/7. All the updates, Bitcoin, active trades, all the fun stuff. But if you just want like free information, oh, here's another area for free information. Make sure to go to my Patreon. So let me go ahead and put this in here. Share the link. So this is for my Patreon, and there's free areas in here where you can get access to PDFs. You can get access to free videos. Now this video was for my VIP group, and sometimes I put them on Patreon, the free portion of it. I don't do it a lot because it wouldn't be fair to the paying members. But definitely, if you're not a member of the Patreon, become a member. I drop gems in there, so I'll give you a heads up. And now, why do I have Patreon? Well, for one, it's really easy to find my PDFs instead of searching all of my videos and like, oh, he made a PDF on this one, but not all these 13 others. Here, you can find it really easy. So that's what I did. All right, what was I gonna do? This. Okay. See here, going down the list. Very nice. Deji says, I lie on the couch and enjoy my dinner while Joe talks about gaining weight. Who needs women, right? But I tell you what, if you have enough money, man, you don't need to worry about your weight. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I can speak like mad truth on that. Mad truth. Let's see here. Going down the list. All right, very nice. Let's see here. So on this one, for me, I mean, I like it. Went up, down, up, down. You know, we broke this level. Now, granted, because it is such a low market cap coin, it's a 45.1 million. This can easily be manipulated by the ones who made the coin. Easily. They can make any pattern they want, head and shoulder or inverse head and shoulders, cup handle-ish. You know, for me, it would have to be up here, but it went a little bit lower, which is fine. And now what's going on? People are just taking profits. Nothing wrong with that. So on our thought process yesterday, we did not want it to cross this level. We wanted to cross this level. Here, if I had the ability to set an alert, this is where I would set the alert, and I would make sure that the 4-hour candle closed above 0.06198. If it didn't, I'm not entering. Now, what we can also do, let's go to the daily time frame, see where it might retrace to. Magnitude is on, fib retracement from the absolute low to the high. Come on. There we go. Right now, it broke below the 0.5. To me, I would like to see it go to the 0.5. If it goes to the 618, this is where I start getting a little worried. Because right now, this is a 618 right here. Let's go to the drawing tools, path tool. So right now, this may come down a little bit more. And then I would like to see it come up, get rejected here, which is fine, come down, and then now start going up. This is what I would like to see. I do not want to see it. So it coming down a little bit more is fine. If it goes up right here, great. But expect a rejection around this area from this trend line or this support/resistance level. Man, if we break down, this is, I mean, we can come all the way down for this. Like, here's a really nice zone. So hopefully we bounce here. Not sure why that happened like that. So hopefully we bounce here over the 786. And this is why I always say underneath the 618 is very scary for me, because we could go down to the 786, come back up to the 618, and then come all the way down, crash and burn like Tom Cruise. That was my thought process. You're going down the list, Okay. Now, let's talk about this. This is Bitcoin. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go over the cycles. This is the part that I really want to talk about, the cycles. So it's Bitcoin cycle, the first one. Here's the information. We're not going to go over all the numbers and everything else, but if you want, you can screenshot this. I will probably put this, which is this right here, in the Patreon, probably later on today. So you can have this as a PDF. So you can just kind of look at it, I guess, if you want. In addition to that, I'll also put this where I think this, to me, it's too much for a retracement, according to ChatGPT. But we're going to go over that in just a second. So here is cycle 1, here's cycle 2. And what I'm doing is I'm looking at the halving. I'm looking at the all-time high. And I'm also looking at the lowest point, which is the bear market. And then here's cycle 3, same thing. Percentage gains, everything else, cycle 4. And then it kind of breaks everything down here. Now, so let's go to this. Let's come over here. Now, I do have a video. It's called Logarithmic, which is the log chart, reveals Bitcoin all-time high. This I did over a year ago. So definitely look at that video. It explains the difference between log and regular. Like the first 5 minutes, it explains about that. And then watch the entire video, because it gives you the thought process at that time where I think Bitcoin might go. So again, and if you don't know how to search, let me show you how to search too. Strongly recommend going to my, holy smokes. Thank you, John. Appreciate you, man. John 316. Yeah, definitely. We will do that. ZBCN. Okay. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. So what you could do is you can go to my channel, then you go over here to the magnifying glass, and you type in whatever you want. Fib, for the fib retracement, fib extension. Let's just do that. Fib, and you have to hit enter. Once you hit enter, it gives you information here, and what do you know? Trading strategy for the fib retracement tool. Also, I have a beginner's guide, which is a playlist. And if you watch any of my videos, again, these videos, I mean, I should really charge, but I want to get rich with you, not because of you. Unlike a lot of other people and groups, I want to make money with you guys. So here, smash the like, leave a few comments, share it out. That's really going to help the channel grow. So this is something here. Now let's go to log. Just type in log, hit enter, and boom, there it is. This is the video that I recommend everybody watch. So I'm gonna put this in the chats. Okay, very good. And if you hear any things that is, let's see here, that's my neighbor. Let's see, pin message. Okay. Let's see here. What was I doing? Let's come back over here to the chart. Let's go over here to this. Okay, going to the list, going real quick. See here, John says, yes, Joe, blessings. Great live today with T-Square. Yeah, man, it was good. I really enjoyed it. I had a great time with T-Square. Really good dude. We talked for like an hour after the show, and just really great to hear. Yeah. And me, I love stories. It's always story time with me. I love it. And yes, we're going to get to ZBCN. We'll do that one right now. So here, going to use the teaching, bro. Let's see, going to use the teaching, bro. I will share it out. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate you. So let's go ahead and do ZBCN real quick. And then we're going to get to Bitcoin. So ZBCN. Okay. So here we were looking at it. And when the price was, I think here, I was like, nope, we got to wait for it to retrace. What did it do? Went up even more. Holy smokes. Joe, you're wrong. No, just the odds, the probabilities of it pulling back was greater. And it kept on going up. Then we had a very slight pullback on the daily time frame. And now I'm thinking, okay, fine, we'll probably come down to here, maybe even here. This will be great. And what did it do? Went up some more. Okay, so two things. One, price goes up until it's done. Then it'll start going down. Price goes down until it's done, and then start going up. Unless it's a rug pull. And what ends up happening? Well, finally, it runs out of gas, and it starts coming down. And down. And down. So what I want to see on a retracement is for the price to retrace at least to the 382. Now, because it moved so much, could it have gone down here? Oh, wait, let me see. Yeah, regular. Could it have gone down to this right here? Yes, definitely. 236, yeah. But for me, I want to see at least the 382. Man, I would love the 0.5. Sure enough, it came down here. Looking great, creating a pivot. So in order for us to go long, we would enter the break of this, which would be the 382 with the candle body closing. And what did it do? Boom, into the danger zone. Comes up, lower high, not a problem. In order for us to go long, we need to break this level. Comes down, break this level instead. Oh crap, crash and burn, Tom Cruise, we're underneath the 618. But then we find support. And then we make a higher low. Great, now we can enter the break of this level. So notice what we're doing. We're actually identifying the highs. That's all we're doing. In order to go long, we have to break this. Oh, we didn't break it? Okay. In order to go long, we need to break this. Oh, we didn't break it? Okay. This one, could we have, what's the price range? Oh yeah. So there is a sale right now on TradingView. If you do not have TradingView, please use my referral link in order to help support the channel. Any kind of referral link you can click on my channel, please do so. Because again, it helps support the channel, helps keep the lights on. But right now it's one more day. And matter of fact, I just renewed early. I renewed my TradingView. So I renewed that today. So why are you showing up on my thing? I renewed a few hours ago. Let's see here. What's the difference between here and here? 10%. No. So it's too close. So what I would do is I would leave this as the level that I need to break. 10% is not gonna, I'm not gonna miss out on much. And I'm actually reducing my risk. Then we have this, and you can see that it's a block. So this is really strong levels of resistance. Can we enter above this? 100%. We come over here, come down, come up, break above it. What do? We enter. Now, when we're entering like on a 4-hour time frame. That's what I do, 4 hour. We enter here, and then now let's see what I was thinking here. So again, I draw all this stuff out where the price is at. So the price is here. I'm thinking we're going to come up, get rejected here, come down, come up to about here, bounce here, and then possibly go up. It ended up coming up, coming down, coming up, lower high, which is fine. We can enter when it breaks this level now. Now, because we're watching it here now. So again, I'm not like everybody else was like, oh yeah, this is what you do. But if we're watching it right here and we seen this, oh, but Joe, I see a bull flag. I don't trade that stuff. I don't trade that. I trade when it breaks this. Because the market, it is what it is. And it's in a bullish market, a very bullish market. Man, I'd be trading bull flags, bull pennants all day long. Inverse head and shoulders, cup and handles, all day long. But unless we change the current market, what I'm doing is I'm waiting for the break of the levels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these off. And I'm just waiting. Price goes over here. And then sure enough, I enter the trade. This is how I teach. This is how I mentor. And now, Joe, none of that helps me right now. Show me what I can do right now. Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm showing you all the thought process, how to enter a trade. Now, same scenario. Matter of fact, I'm going to leave that one right here because this actually created a zone right here. Let's see here. So it actually created a zone. So let me make this a little bit larger so we can see this. So from here to here, let me get this, move that right there. So this is our zone that it needs to break above in order to be bullish. If it goes up, does that mean that, look, I'm going to show you a perfect example of what I do not do. Here to here. Joe, my mentor said to buy the breakout of this falling wedge. That's horrible. That's ugly. That's gross. There's one touch here. No, thank you. Here. Sure. Okay. Fine. It's a descending broadening wedge. Got it. Well, this is just making noise for me. So I'm going to take that off. My mentor says buy the breakouts. Okay. Add on the retest. Okay, cool. So let's say it breaks out and it retests and it does this. And it does this. And now you're waiting several days versus what I teach. Set your alert right here. So set your alert at 0.0043862. And I'm actually going to set the alert on this. We've made money on this one. So I'm going to set my alert on this. Now, the difference between other mentors and myself is I don't buy the breakout of this trend line because what I've learned is that, how come this hasn't turned on? See, it's gray. There it is. Okay. Now, what I've learned is this trend line price will eventually, so the difference between how I trade and what everybody else does this, is time. Price is going to eventually break this trend line. Just because it breaks the trend line, does a retest, doesn't mean that it's bullish. No, it just means that enough time passed that it broke this trend line. To me, this is not bullish at all. Once it breaks a pivot, this is when it becomes bullish. So on the 4-hour time frame, the 4-hour candle must close above 0.0042362. If the 4-hour candle does not close above it, I don't enter. So while other traders in other groups are in this trade for days and days and days and days, and then finally it makes a move, now we get alerted, we enter the trade because, well, 4-hour candle closed above it, and guess what starts happening right away? We're in the money. Does this happen all the time? No. But normally when we enter trades, they're moving very shortly after we enter because we're not doing this. So hopefully that makes sense. Oh my gosh, let's catch up in the chat really quick. Okay, Al's in the house. What's up, Al? Appreciate you, man. Okay, going on the list. Dutchy. Dutchy's just checking on you, Al. Hey man, you okay? Where are the cap locks? That's funny. That's funny. Okay, going on the list. Okay. Okay, going on the list. Oh, thank you, wifey, for helping with that. Yeah, if you're on a mobile, YouTube doesn't let you subscribe, I guess, subscription. Okay, going on the list. Okay, almost done. John says, Joe, you are a good teacher. I am new to charts and always smart at learning anything, gonna lock into your trading videos. And yeah, so definitely that. So I have playlist and there's, I think it's like a 7 or 8 video series, about 10-15 minutes each. It's not like 2 hours or 5 hour, you don't need that stuff. And I think I left the last 1 or 2 videos out simply because I wasn't getting likes on there and I wasn't getting comments. Once I start building that up, I'll release the last 2 videos. But the videos that I have, they're going to show you how to trade. The last ones were basically showing you what I'm showing you here. So, but yeah. Oh, you're not smart. Yeah, we're all smart. We're all smart. And we're all learning too. We're all learning. Oh my God, Dutchy. Oh, Dutchy. Techman says, being poor is a blessing. I don't have money to lose. Hey, I tell you what, the best thing we can do is learn and then work. And then with the money that we do have, invest and then, trade with a little bit of money. And for me, I find it like exciting. I love trading, but this is what I would do as far as the actual trade setup goes. All right. So let's go back to this right here. So let me go ahead and hide this really quick. So we're looking at now, very important. This is on the log and let me show you here. So you come down here to the little gear icon, you click on this and it must be in logarithmic. Again, that video that I just showed you, the first 5 minutes is going to explain logarithmic and regular. Very important, do log. If you do watch the video, smash the like, leave a comment or two, but it has to be on log. Now, with that being said, let's bring this back over here. We have the first halving. Then we have this really nice run up, pullback of about almost 87%. And here's the bottom. Okay, so this is the first cycle. And the next cycle, we have the halving here. Then we have the nice, just really nice run up. So notice prior to the halving, here's our bear market. And it's slowly going up towards the halving. Halving happens, we start accelerating just a little bit more. This is very nice. So this red line is the 50 SMA. Let me go take this off. Then we have the bear market low, and here's the information here. And then we start working our way up. So let me go ahead and take this one off, and let's go to the next one. We have the halving 2020. Here's our where we came down, and man, we came down. Then we have, this is according to Bitstamp. You can see that right here. Then we have where we came up. You know, here's our halving. Man, just huge run up, absolutely huge. We had our all-time high, we had our dip, then we had our next all-time high. So this is the final all-time high of this season, or the last season. Then sure enough, we came down, bear market, and it's showing you the duration of the days right here, 365. So from the high to the low, on average, 365, 365, and 426. So on average, and we also have to take into account the market cap. That's what a lot of people don't take into account, is that market cap. And that's why I don't think that we're going to retrace 70%. Now, granted, we were at 87%, then we retraced 84%, then we retraced 77%. So the next projection is 70%, according to these figures. However, I don't think we're going to do 70. I think we're going to do less than that. And we're going to show you that in just a second. Then we have this current cycle, where we have the all-time high. We have the halving. Then we had a new all-time high. And then now currently, our most current all-time high is August 14th. And here is the market cap. So I didn't point that out. Here are the market caps. So here's the market cap for the all-time high, the bear market. Here's the market cap. Same thing here. The all-time high, market cap, then bear market, market cap, and then same thing for this one. So I'm showing you the market caps as well as when it occurred. Now, the days may be slightly different based off of where you find your information. But this was according to CoinMarketCap history. I think it was CoinMarketCap history. So it's more CoinMarketCap.com, but it's the history portion of it. Let's see here. Now, one thing that I do want to show, in addition to this, of course, you know, we had this really nice run up that took over 1,000 days, but huge percentage. Now, one thing that we're not going to see, and here it took 852 days to make, you know, 1,978% gains. One thing that we're not going to see is we're not going to see these type of numbers. Why? Because of the market cap. So that's very important to understand. We're not going to see these numbers because of the market cap. Now, one thing that I do want to show is this. So here I did the fib, this is the trend-based fib extension. And that is located right over here. And the reason I'm showing you all this is so that if you want to replicate what I'm doing, please do. From the absolute low to the all-time high to the bear market low. And it gives us these numbers. Well, for me, I put this because I love, let me show you the settings. I love 0.5, 618, 786. This 887 is, I believe, Piper's Platinum Pocket. 272. These are the numbers I like. And if you just add another number in front of it, a 1, a 2, a 4, 20, whatever, it gives you those levels with that decimal point. Now, what I found when I did this, low to high to low, it put right around the 15.786 level on this. which would be the all-time high. Now, if we go to the next one, from the low to the high to the low, well, the 15, it's way too far. Again, market cap. However, it did go to about the 2786 number. So again, the 786 is the important part. 786 number, all-time high-ish area. Now, if we do this very next one from the bear market to potentially the all-time high, you know, for the next cycle, if this is the all-time high, let's see here. No, I'm sorry. This is to give us this current all-time high. I'm sorry. I'm looking at not so much the 2786 because of the market cap. I'm looking for a lower number, so the 1786, which would put us right at 133K. And right now our highest is 124K. Now my projection just recently, you know, these past few months, you know, we're looking at potentially, let me go ahead and put this back on. For November, I'm looking at around 127-ish. So that doesn't put me too far. And this is from the first cycle to the second cycle, the wicks to the candle bodies. Now, the wick to the wick, candle body to candle body gives me this range. So around November 15-ish, we're looking at around 127, which is not far off from 133. So I think this all-time high could be right around 127, 133. Does that mean that it will happen? Nope. Does that mean that we could have a super cycle and maybe go all the way up here? Sure, why not? We have been tricked before as far as super cycles go. So what I'm doing is I'm really looking at and this is on the monthly time frame. Each candle represents a month. What I'm looking for are the breaks of the lows. Once I start seeing that on the daily time frame, I'm not falling for the super cycle again. I lost a lot of money last season. So for me personally, I think the all-time high is going to be around 133, 127. So right around where we're at. Now, if we get a retrace, let's talk about retraces now. So let's go ahead and hide these. Now, if you're enjoying this, put a 1 in the chat. If you're enjoying this, put a 1 in the chat. I would really like to know if you're liking this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the fib retracements. And for the price action, let me go ahead and hide. Let me see. Let me hide these. And just make this a little bit cleaner. Okay. So for the retracement, you know, what goes up will come down. And when it comes down, I would like to see the 0.382 level minimum to be touched. 0.5 is great. Now, how did I get this? In case you're going to try to replicate this, once you're doing your fib retracement, you want to go into your settings and you want to come down here and put fib levels based on log scale. Very important. Again, because this is according to the log scale. If you do not have this checked, you're going to get a completely different outcome. So you must have the fib levels based on log scale if you are on a log chart. So make sure that's checked, click OK. And the 382 is right here. We were just shy of the 382. So we didn't make it. Next, let's go to the next cycle. Now on the next cycle, let me come over here to the fib retracement. We have where we actually went to the 382. So this one was just shy of the 382. This one went right on the 382. Next, let's go to the next one. So let's come over here to this one. And let's go ahead and hide these. And for the fib retracement, here we actually surpassed the 382. So are you seeing a pattern here? This one didn't reach the 382. This one was right on the 382, and this one surpassed the 382. So in my opinion, for the next one, it's going to go lower than the 382. So for the fib retracement, if this is the all-time high, if this is the all-time high, let's put this right here. We're looking for potentially lower than the 382, which could potentially put us below 50,000. Below 50,000. Now, is that according, and I believe that is according to the thing. Let me double check that. Let me see. What did this one say? So right about there, yeah. So this is saying that we might, I didn't realize it was that much percentage. So that's a pretty deep number right there. So this is what we're looking at. If this is the all-time high. Now, granted, if we go higher, well, then this is going to move up. But according to this, you know, if this is our high, let me see what the percentage is from here. It's about 60%. So this is what I was kind of guessing. I was guessing like 50% for us to retrace. This is saying like 75% drawdown. But this is for this price. You know, this is saying that 198. So I forgot to look at this part because these are different numbers for Bitcoin's all-time high. So conservative 154, I think 133. Base case is 176. A stretch would be, you know, 198. And then the drawdown, this is what they're looking at. Conservative would be about 70. That's if it goes to 154. For me, if we were to, if this was our top, I'm looking at a right around here, 47. And I really hope it's not our top. If, let's say, we go to 170, let's just say 175. 175, this would also move up to about here. So now this would be perfect, in my opinion. 60% drawback right at 69,000. To me, that would be perfect. Now, one thing that I also want to point out too, I do think that we're going to go underneath our 2021 all-time high. This is one thing that I'm very confident of. Could I be wrong? Sure, 100%. The reason being, in 2017, this was our all-time high, and we have really never broken an all-time high on the bear market until this bear market. And we can actually verify that. Here, all-time high. This is our first one. All-time high, bear market. Did we break this? Nope, we sure did it. We didn't break the all-time high. Then here, we have our all-time high, bear market. Did we break this all-time high? We sure did right here. So because now we are starting to break the all-time highs going down, I do think that we're going to break this 2021 all-time high. And I would not be surprised if we come down, shoot, man, like maybe 50, yeah. So anywhere between, let's say 66 and 55-ish to be conservative. Like these are numbers that I really don't want to see in a sense, but then I am very happy to see this because, well, guess what? For a year and a half, we're going to be saving money, and then we're going to start buying in the bear market. And we can be trading shorts here, but we're going to start buying in the bear market. Now, when to buy, that's another thing too. When to buy, I'm going to check your stuff in just a second, guys. So a very easy strategy to have is using the 50 SMA or the 200. I would recommend the 200. On the 200 SMA in the bear market, so here's the bear market. Once we cross, and this is, you could do this, you can actually have 2 entries. You can have one on the 50, one on the 200. For me, the easiest is just 200. But what you could do is and you'll enter faster on the 50 SMA, just makes sense. And you'll have a higher likelihood that it's not really gonna go down, maybe, on the 200 SMA. Because here's the price. Once we break above the 200 or the 50 SMA, the red one, on the daily, you can start all this money you've been saving, here you would have added. And then all the money you're saving, here you add some more. Then as more weeks go by and you're getting paid, you're adding to your stuff here. Then we break the 200 SMA, even better, you're adding here. And then you're in the trade. As long as we're above these 2 levels, you add. Once we break below, you don't. Could you try to get the bottom? Sure. Safer entries is once it breaks the 50 and the 200, or the 200, or you can do it and then that's it. You just let it run. So there's the thought process. All right, moving on. So that's my very easy, not knowing how to trade scenario, to where you can just buy it like that. And this goes to the question, as far as like investing. This answers that question. And then how to trade without really knowing how to trade. Candle has to close, on the daily above your 50. You can add some. Above the 200, you add some. If it has a 20 or 30% correction, for me personally, I would definitely be adding. Let's just say here to here. Look at that. Win 50%. These are gifts. So whenever it drops 30% or 50%, I actually have a indicator that we could not use this bull run. And I was very, very disappointed because last bull run, we had several instances where everything's going great, great, great. Then we have a flash dump and then we pump again. And those dumps were easy, 30, 40%, easy. Well, on average, like 25, 35%. And so I had an indicator to where it measured from the high to 30%, or 20%, 30%, 40%. You can also make adjustments to it. And then sure enough, that would be your indicator to, add to my trade. Here's where I need to put an order so that if, we don't know, but if it does come down, boom, it hits, you just add it to your entry. And you just lowered your average entry cost by a lot. And then if you're 45% or 40% when hits, even better. Do they always hit? Nope. But when they do, it's a lifesaver. And then that's it. All right, so I'm gonna catch up on the chat. So I'm really hoping y'all like this thought process. And I'm really hoping that y'all are, just taking all this in as far as, my thought process on what has happened and what may happen. So I see a lot of ones in the chat. Very nice. And on the list. See, John 3:16 says, Joe, can I ask you a question about people saying super cycle? I feel they are lying. Yeah, for me, so here's the thing. I don't care about super cycles. You know why? I got wrecked. I got so wrecked last time. It's not even funny. I lost so much money. Man, I lost money. So what I'm doing now, level by level. For instance, here, this is like, we don't know. And this is like, and literally, I simplify trading. I really do. For example, we're on the daily time frame. Zoom out. I'm on the daily time frame. If we break below this, let's say we are, well, this is our first highs. So what we don't want is we don't want the break of this. This is what we don't want. We want to keep on breaking this. We keep on doing higher highs, great. But one thing I want you to notice, and we can see this really easy in hindsight, and also on the daily time frame. Look at this extension leg. This extension leg from the break is 69%. From the break of this extension leg is 39%. From the break of this extension leg right here is 7%. From the break of this, we're looking at 4%. So what we can see is each leg after the break is getting shorter and shorter. So we're losing momentum. We're losing momentum. And on the daily, since we're zoomed out, we can see this. We do not want, you know, when we're here and we're seeing this and we're coming up here and we start coming down, which is fine, like we're gonna come down. And even if we come down here, it's fine. What we don't want to start doing is breaking lows. We don't want to do that because that's the change of character, which leads to the change, leads to the break of structure. In simple tense, you know, because again, we simplify trading, we don't want to break lows. Is that basic, really? So what we're doing when we come down here, you know, it barely came down, which is fine. You know, this is acceptable. Coming all the way down here is acceptable. I mean, we went up a bunch. However, it goes up, down, and it starts coming up. So now, since it broke this low is now strong. Why? Because it broke the high. And because it broke the high, we do not want this to break. We don't. It goes up and up and up, and then it comes down, which is fine. Price goes up, price goes down. Then it goes up and down. Okay, so now we don't want it to cross this level. And then it goes up and down, up and down. Well, here it broke this, but this is fine too, because again, we're expecting 38 to 50% pullback. This is fine. Of this extension leg, not of the whole thing, of just this extension leg. And then it pulls back and pulls back some more, goes into the golden pocket, and then shoots out. Great. Now we don't want the break of this. Oh man, we don't want the break of this. I mean, now we can kind of say, oh man, you know, everything's euphoric. You know, my Uber driver's talking to me about crypto, and my pizza delivery person talking to me about crypto, and everybody that I was talking about crypto is now asking me, you know, what cryptos I'm in, and they're making all this money. I was like, really? Oh, awesome, man. That's when we should start selling. When I was here, no, granted here, I'm telling everybody about crypto. And comes up, it breaks this level. Oh crap. Level 1, warning. And then it comes up. And now this is our next level. Level 2, warning. Oh crap. We might be done. I don't know. Let's see if it breaks this. If it breaks this high, then we're good. We're back on track. Then level 3, warning. Like get out. Now we're starting to change the trend. And it's like, oh, that's level 3 right there. So we want to get out. We want to get out of this trade. If not out of the trade, maybe start shorting. Then same thing, you know, we want a long if it breaks this level. Doesn't break it, breaks it, we enter the long, we come down here, we get stopped out. Oh crap. So now to short, we want to short when it breaks this. Could we short the top? Sure. High risk though, because who knows, we might continue up. Extended cycle, maybe, I don't know. And then sure enough, now granted, we're in June right now. And normally the cycles go January up, February up, March up, April starts coming down, May definitely coming down, more than likely. June, you know, we start kind of plateauing. July, we start gaining, and August, we start going up. So this is kind of what happens. And so here, would I have shorted? I don't know, maybe. Probably not though. Just because I'm expecting it to come up. And this is based off of the previous cycles. Now, this current cycle, completely different. All that time and energy and research and pattern recognition and everything is like all out the window because everything changed. But anyway, so then we repeat the same process here. You know, long, short, long. Then we don't want it to break this level. Then we don't want it to break this level. Then we don't want it to break this level. And then it does. Uh-oh. Level 1. Okay. Here's fair value gaps, depending on what time frames you're looking at. Order blocks, the whole nine. Comes down, and we definitely now, because there's no really level 2 here, this would be my level 3. Because it's too much of a gap. And it has plenty of time to find support. And it comes down, it's breaking a level here. So here's our level 1. We'll do it like this, level 1. Then here, pretty nice defined one. This will be our level 2. We're trying to see if it's going to roll up. And right now, if anything, based off of this fib retracement, this is perfect. You know, let me just show you. So from the low to the high, 0.5. Boom, perfect. I love it. Let's go. This is the chance for it to bounce. Does it bounce? It comes up, does another lower high, rolls over. Uh-oh, level 2. Starts doing this number. And then here we can do our level 3, or we just call this our level 3. And then we're out. We're out of the trade. So for me personally, super cycle, I'm looking at my levels. And I'm not going to be tricked again. So that's my thought process. Let's see here. John says, right, Joe, 133, 127, all-time high, 150 max. Lots of ones in the chat. Love it, guys. Love it. Love it. Okay. John 316 says, I don't believe in the super cycle like how I don't believe in the COVID. Yeah. Every time it's super cycle. Also, not buying it. Yeah. Every time it's super cycle. Every cycle we have, super cycle. And I think it's more what we're hoping for, because we want money. And it's not happening. It's like, we just have to be very careful. So right now this level 1, uh-oh. You know, could we pull back all the way down here? Yeah, sure. Could we go to the 200 SMA on the daily? Sure. You know, it's not looking strong. Once we start breaking these highs again, I can start getting bullish. But until then, I'm bearish. Let's see here, going to the list. Going to the list. John 316 says, I would love 60K Bitcoin. I'm buying 1 Bitcoin. Yeah. And I tell you what, I would be working very, very hard. I would be getting, you know, delivering pizzas, doing plasma. They pay you for plasma. Doing plasma, picking up cans, anything, washing people's cars, doing anything, you know, people's windshields. I'll be standing on the side of the street. Hey, you know, you want your windshield washed? I'll be anything. So any, you know, extra hundreds of dollars or thousands or 5 or whatever I can put into crypto, you know, at that, let's just say 55, 65 range. Would I be DCing into Bitcoin right now? No. We're already at the top. I wouldn't do it. We already missed out, and it's okay. It's okay. So every cycle we learn, and every cycle changes and morphs just slightly. So we have to adjust as traders and investors so that we can prepare for the next cycle. And every cycle, we're learning something. Every cycle. Mike says 55, 65 in the bear market. Yeah. So here. Deji says, I'll wait to 35 and then buy 2. Hey, there you go. There you go. Okay, let's see here. Going down the list. Going down the list. Okay. Going down the list. John 316 says, love the teaching, Joe. Can I be in your school? I will pray. I will pay you. You're humble. You're the best. You're the best. John 316, send me a message on Telegram, trade_intuition, and we'll talk. We'll talk. See here, Joe has money for an Uber. Ha ha ha. That's funny, Dutchie. Just in. Beep, 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 beep. This just in. Joe, Trade Intuition, has money for an Uber driver. Let me repeat that. Joe, Trade Intuition has money for an Uber driver. We're on scene right now. Joe? Yeah, man, I'm trying to pay him. He won't take my $14. Back to you, Karen. Oh, that's funny. Let's see here. Let's see here. Going down the list. Thank you, thank you. Let's see here. Going down the list. Going down the list. All right. So I think I'm all caught up. Hey, $20 is $20. That's right. That's right. Oh, yeah. Very true. Ubers are a lot of money. I used to drive Uber and Lyft. Story time. I used to drive Uber and Lyft when, and it's funny too, because, registered nurse, everything. And one of my CNAs said that, what did she say? I think she said that she did Uber and Lyft, I think, like on her days off. I said, oh, that's cool. So do I. And she's like, Joe, why do you do it? You're a nurse. I said, I do it to get out of the house. And it's extra money, And one of my other CNAs, she used to do plasma. And she told me, she goes, yeah, Joe, I think she still had the thing on her arm. And I said, what'd you do, give blood? And she goes, oh, no, I did plasma. I said, oh, yeah, where? She told me, oh, I go to that one. You? But Joe, you're a registered nurse. I was like, yeah, it's free money. They pay me for just sitting there. And so I would do that. And I loved it too. I started doing it when I was going, studying for a nurse. And so I'd be there reading my books and everything. That'd be, doing the plasma. And then became a nurse about a year later, still working. I'd go there, get my extra, drinking money. It was all just spending money, really. Free money. I liked it. Let's see here. Any other questions, guys? I think today was a great show. One thing that I have to do is now, I don't want to though, and I probably won't. I think today was a great show. I do need to edit it, which is going to take me like 6 hours. So I probably won't edit it. But yeah. Any questions, comments, concerns, issues? We actually went over the time, but it's okay though. I really enjoyed doing this thought process of where I think it might go. And if it does happen to where we break below last cycle, and I think we will too. But to me, it all depends on how high we go. Because if we go up, 250, do I think we're gonna come down to 69? No. I think we'll come down to, maybe 102, but we'll see. We will see. Okay, I think we're done. All right. So I do thank you guys very much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for smashing the likes. You guys are the absolute best. We will see you on the next show, which on the weekends, we do this at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Saturday and Sunday is 4 p.m. Then, of course, Monday through Friday is 12 p.m. So if you want more free content, join us every single day. If you want access to me, join the VIP group. In the VIP group, will you learn faster? Sure, of course. I do updated videos and thought process on our active trades, Bitcoin, market. Whenever it needs to be done, that's when I update. There are times where, and one thing that I don't do is I don't post a lot of charts. There's a lot of groups right now that are posting a lot of charts, but in my opinion, they're wrecking their members. And yeah, sure, they're showing results, but what about all the members that joined all the other charts that did not play out? Right now, we did Bitcoin yesterday. And we talked about this on yesterday's channel, yesterday's show, where this was on the blockchain brew. We talked about my trade that I did yesterday on his show this morning, and just basically explaining the thought process behind the entries. And we got stopped out. So what I do is like, we will enter trades and we'll lose, but we'll give you the thought process behind why we thought it was hopefully going to go up. But once it started doing this number, we moved up our stop loss because now I'm not liking it. We had our chance here to come up, and now I'm not liking it. And again, you know, just this is what we risked. And then sure enough, it came down. And if we would not have moved our stop loss, we would have lost this much. So there we go. Let's see here, Joe, going to Telegram and put a video on my channel, on your YouTube channel, confirm. It's me. Okay, awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you very much. And let's see here. Checking my DMs really quick. Oh no, that's somebody else. Okay. Here. That's funny. No, you hang up first. Remember them days, guys? Who remembers that? Put a one in the chat if you remember that. No, you hang up first. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. And before you know it, and you wake up and you hear them snoring. Like, okay, and you hang up. Put a one in the chat. I love it. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me. I do thank you so much. See here. How do I add you? All you do is you just send me a message. You just do a search, Trade Intuition. I'll actually send you or I'll put it in the chat. Let me see here. It's on my all my links as well. Let me go to my settings. Okay, so I copied it to the clipboard. So there you go. You click on that, and that'll take you to me, and you just send me a message. Trade_intuition. So you just click on that. It'll take it to me, and then just say hi or whatever. And that's it. All right, guys. But that's it for me. I do thank you very much, and I will see you on the next one. Until, is anybody streaming today? I almost hit the wrong button. Let me see. I don't think anybody's streaming. Today's Saturday. I don't think so. Nope. All right. So that's it for me, guys. I do thank you so much, and we will see you on the next one. Let's see here. Dutchy. Dutchy. Oh my gosh. That's funny. That's funny. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next one. And where is my video? Here we go. Just remember, you don't have to be in a trade all the time. And let's make this money. That's all I got. Thank you so much. See you on the next one. Take care.